This is the Amstrad CPC 664, the rarest of the Amstrad computers because it was only produced between April 1985 that is, and December 1985. Before that machine was the CPC 464, and after that machine, in December of 1985, there came the CPC 6128 with 128K of RAM. This has only 64, but instead of a cassette drive like on the 464, this one has the floppy drive. So it's the in-between model between the 464 and the 6128. And it's super rare, at least in Germany, and it is expensive. I got this for a relatively cheap price, but it comes with some problems. So in today's video we're going to check out these problems and try to fix them. And this machine has by far the nicest keyboard of all the CPCs I've had in my life. It has these big ass cursor keys. Yeah, so let's dig into this machine.
This video is kindly sponsored by PCBWay. Thank you, PCBWay.
So I have the machine attached power-wise to the monitor here, but video should come over the capture, so let's switch it on. Monitor first. And we have an image, which is awesome. So, according to the seller, the only problem with this machine should be that it has some not working keys. Yeah, that is kind of an understatement. Because most of the keys are not working. Try to exercise them a bit. Nope, nothing. I have not looked inside this machine. Yeah, most keys really just don't work. Okay, so let's open this up and let's take a look inside. Let's see if we can see the fault with the keys, and then we can, if we have an ability to check the drive and fix the drive, if that is even possible. So let's do this. So there should be some screws in here. Also noticed that there's a crack here, which shouldn't be there according to the seller, but well, it's not completely broken, it's just cracked. Should be 6 screws, and that screw here should hold in the disk drive, so I assume we can ignore that for now. I've never opened or owned a 664, so that is a first for me. Yeah, okay, so that screw is an actual screw that holds in stuff, so let's remove that too. So we have 7 screws. While we're here, let's take a look at the ports. We have a stereo port, which is the audio out, one joystick port, because you can daisy chain joysticks together with a special joystick adapter. A tape input, because many games came on tape, because there was a 464 first, and you can use a normal tape deck on here. And we might try, I have a TZX Duino, which I've never shown on the channel. Maybe we'll try that one, which uses digital tape files to load into this. We have a printer port, expansion port for the second drive, because the controller and the BIOS is now inside the machine, other than the DDI1 disk drive, which had that little brick which you plug into the 464, and which has the BIOS and the drive adapter. That one is just here. We have 12 volts for the disk drive, and we have 5 volts from the monitor which plug in here, and the video cable which goes in here. And on the side we have a power button and a volume wheel, and that is it. Let's see what we can do here. Okay, so this opens to the side. It's okayish in here. Can't see the drive belt, but I assume the drive belt is just gone. You have to check that. So here's the drive. And here's the keyboard cable, which looks to be in okay condition. Not sure it was plugged in correctly, but it was plugged in. Ah, wait. I think you can plug this in better. Can you? Maybe not. Okay, so this was, I think, plugged in correctly, so it's not the cable and it's probably not the connector. We have a few cables here which go to the speaker and the LED. The keyboard is free. We'll set the computer to the side for now and concentrate on the keyboard. I have no idea what kind of keyboard is in here. Oh, that's held in by these massive screws here. Okay, here is the keyboard. It's dusty. Let's try to pull one of those keys here. Okay, so and these are the classic stamps. Oh, what's that? It looks almost like an Amiga key. Interesting. So now we have, let's check the cable. Cable looks good. There's no corrosion or anything. Yeah, room cables are always shitty, so I have my trusted electronic screwdriver, which is invaluable if you are trying to repair these keyboards with these 20 million screws. Doesn't seem like anyone has ever been in this keyboard here, which is good. So let's see. I'm stuck here. This tape. Yeah, and there's the classic Mitsumi keyboard mat. These could even be the same key stamps like on the Amiga, to be honest. Yeah, it is dirty, but it's not that dirty. So I don't get why this doesn't work. Strange. I mean, it looks really good. Doesn't look like there's something broken. Traces look good. It looks actually brand new. I don't get it. Plungers look to be in very good condition. Okay, let's just put it back together and let's see if it just works. I don't know. Let me clean the cable here. Maybe that is a problem. I will just put the keyboard in with two screws because there's no other way to hold it in. Okay, that should be enough. That is that. Okay, now we need the monitor again because testing and stuff. Let's try this again. There's an image. Ah, and the keys work. Crazy. Maybe it was just a connector. Every key works. Great. Let's do a cat. Disk missing. So the drive is actually doing stuff. Let me grab a disk and let's see what happens. Okay, I got my Epix Action 5 all action games set. drive is. Not sure if the drive actually could take a disk, to be honest. Because it sure doesn't seem like it. No, and it's not doing anything. Okay, so we have to take care of the drive first before we can test it. But we have a working keyboard, which is great. Awesome. Okay, next stop is the drive. Disk mode. Let's see if the drive actually spins. If I give it a cat. Yeah, it does spin. Okay, so the belt seems to be okay too. So I think it's just missing a bit of lubricant to get this drive cage here down. Yeah, it has many things of the Amiga, like the ribbon cable or this plastic cable here, and the keyboard manufacturer and stuff like that. So let's take a closer look at the drive. Where's my discs? Here. Okay, so there's this little thing here, and that slides in here, and then it should, I think, go down, which it doesn't. Did I mention that I hate working on disk drives? So maybe this is just as it's supposed to be. Let's do some lubrication. I'm not sure if it works or changes anything. I'm not sure what to think of this. It sure doesn't seem correct, but somehow works. Oh, okay. That's the first time I have a read-write head which is really dirty, as you can see. The drive itself is almost dust-free, which is kind of a wonder because, well, there's actually no cover on it. It's just the bare drive. So this makes much happier noises now. Let's just try. Disk missing. Yeah. No disk for me. So I did extract the drive. Keyboard is back together. Let's take a closer look at this and how this actually works. So I'm pretty sure there's something that should push this down. It's not doing that. Not sure if it's just tired or what it is. Let's take off this top piece here. Maybe that gives us a bit more view inside of this. And let's take that cover off. Okay, that's the cover off, and it goes on back on from the top, sliding this down into these notches here. So I just noticed that there's an LED on this board that shines through. There's a little hole. It's pretty hard to see on camera. And I think that is the disk detect. And that has to shine through this hole here. This doesn't stay in place, and I don't know why. Back there, these metal things, and these should lock into place these two holes here, but they just don't. So this cage has actually to go down, and it has space here on the side. You can see that these screws can go down. It just doesn't do that. There must be locks somewhere which prevents this from going down. And the disk can't go any further because there's this stopper, and the disk, you can see the disk touching this. There's no way this goes any further. But then touching this all should go down, but it doesn't. Okay, so in order to fix the 664, I brought out the 6128, which you may have seen on the channel before. This is the 128K model, and it also has a disk drive here. There's actually a disk in here, and that is how it's supposed to look if you put in a disk. So this disk tray goes down. There we are. If I type cat, disk is in. It works. Yeah, now it works. Loads Boladesh. And there we are. Okay, so that disk drive works, so I will take this disk drive out and see if I can see what's the difference between this one and the one in the 664. And if I can't figure that out, or there's something missing, I will just take the disk drive from this one and put it in the 664, because the 664 is in much better condition than this here. You might see that there's these little cracks here, and there's a crack in the back, and something was on this and pushed this down and it cracked, and I got it like this. It was much worse. I actually was able to bend it back a little, but if you take a look, it's still a bit wonky here. It works flawlessly, and it is a 128K machine, which is more desirable than the 664 maybe. But to be honest, I like the design of the 664 better. Let me show you in comparison. So what I like most is that it actually looks like kind of a Commodore 65 with this raised disk drive. And that raise is much less on this one here. And yeah, this sits flat to the bottom almost. And this is a bit more raised, so I really like this. And it's a bit curved in the front here. Right here it's a bit, not curved, but angled. And it's just a box right here, so that is really not too nice. Yeah, so let's take this one here apart, take a look inside, and hopefully we can use the disk drive to fix the 664. So where's the ribbon cable? It's on the side again. I'm not sure if this is the same drive actually, but the connections seem to be the same, so that should work. So let me just take this out. And now we can take a closer look at this and how this works. So it seems that this thing back here is pushed, and if it's pushed, yeah, that doesn't work on the other drive. So that is the point of failure. And the question is, why doesn't it move? So it seems to be stuck somewhere, and it seems to be stuck hard. So okay, that's good news, because that's a mechanical defect, and I think I can fix that. Let's see. So here are our two drives, and they look a bit different, but they have the same, almost same front. Not quite, but they should work pretty much the same. So if we put these side by side, you can see here this little clip. If I push here, this gets pushed back a little and then snaps this whole tray down. See, this tray's up. If I push, this snaps down. And on this drive, if I do that, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't snap down because this thing right here, wait, seems to be pretty bent. On the other hand, it looks pretty much identical. So maybe this is just some kind of lubrication issue, and we have to lubricate under these rails here, make these slide better. But it doesn't do anything. I can push this here and it just moves the tray down, and if I push this here it doesn't. So no matter what. Let's try to lubricate this a bit. Not sure how to do this because it's can't really get to it. Something is blocking this. I don't know what it is. I think I see it now. You can't see it. There's on this thing here, there's one little notch that goes down, and if you push here, that should be enough to push this notch up, but this notch is bent too far down. So I have to somehow bend it back, but I can't even see it from here. Let's see. Nope, that's not enough. Still grabbing onto that, but I now at least know the fault. It's not that easy to get to it. Ah, see? It's a bit crunchy, but it seems to work. So let's hope that it works and that all that work wasn't for nothing. So I did find another project that matches this CPC episode here on PCBWay projects. And PCBWay, the sponsor of this video, offers to produce PCBs. And here's a PCB for an Amstrad CPC joystick splitter. So you just have one joystick port on the CPC, and this PCB here takes that one port and splits it into two, and you can use the standard joysticks. Otherwise you would have to use one of these Amstrad joysticks, which are really crappy, which have another joystick port on the back, and you can just daisy chain them together. This is the much more elegant way. Add this to your card. Everything is set already, and you just go save to card and agree here, and then you wait for the PCBs to be, or the project to be reviewed, and then you get a mail and you just go and check out and pay. Yeah, so until then you will not see the correct price here. Yeah, so that is PCBWay, and thank you to PCBWay for sponsoring this project. And if you like this joystick adapter, just go and order one, or 5 or 10, it's all the same price actually. Okay, Momentos of Veritas, and there we are. And let's try cat. Not sure if it's me or the machine. Suck fucking sass. Let's load a game. Works. Nice, 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 nice. Very good. So I don't have to sacrifice my 6128. That's good. Okay, so now I can clean this machine properly, all the keys, because they're pretty disgusting. And yeah, then I have myself a nice little 664. Great. So I think this concludes this video, because there's not much to see. I mean, these keys are almost flawless in color. These here are a bit yellow, but these are pretty much okay if you compare them to the yellowness of these keys here. I mean, they look like factory. So that's great. Okay, so thanks for watching this video. I will put this back together, and I see you in the next one. Cheerio.
Thanks again to PCBWay for sponsoring this video. If you need any PCBs, pre-assembled PCBs or 3D printing, please use the link in the description below.
Thank you for watching Retro is the New Black. If you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe. If you like the video, please share. Every like, share, and comment helps a lot. Until next time, bye-bye.